It is a military axiom not to advance uphill against the enemy, nor to oppose him when he comes downhill. Do not pursue an enemy who simulates flight. Do not attack soldiers whose temper is keen. Do not swallow a bait offered by the enemy. Do not interfere with an army that's returning home. That's a good one. They're going, they're running, let them run. Let them go home. They're going to fight hard to get home, right? They got visions of their family in their head. When you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Do not press a desperate foe too hard. And this is something you see psychologically a lot. You know, with an argument, you got a couple executives, and maybe the senior executive has a plan, and no one likes the plan. Well, you just don't want to box him in and prove him wrong in front of everybody, right? You don't want to do that. Yeah. You want to be crafty. You want to get your Sun Tzu together. You want to leave him a little opening where he can say, you know what? After reconsidering, I've decided I want to go with this other way because I figured out that blah, blah, blah. I want to give him an out. Yeah. What you don't want to do is make him stick to this bad plan because his ego is making him stick there. Yeah. Recognize. Do not linger in dangerously isolated positions. When you're doing jiu-jitsu, when someone gets across side, you scramble, you go crazy. Don't let them settle there. When somebody's trying to get that gi collar up underneath your head and they're going to have you trapped, don't let them get there. Don't linger in dangerously isolated positions. Move.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets so complex with this and in jiu-jitsu where just consider just what you said. Because it kind of overflows into another part that you just talked about. So let's say the example of the guy passing your guard into your side control, right? During his pass, you said don't let him settle. Exactly. So, but when let's say whatever, you lose the fight for whatever reason and he does settle, now you're faced with a situation where if he's settled on you hard, where you can tell he's putting strength into holding that position, and you try to scramble, you're going full speed, toe to toe. Like how we said not to do. So at that point, you gotta change your strategy. If you had already lost that battle, and he settled and he's putting his energy into holding you. Now you gotta play another tactic that he said. Let him, you gotta relax a little bit, so he starts relaxing a little bit. And it's like that's a common thing. That's like a pretty well known strategy, I would say, when you get advanced in jiu-jitsu. Yeah. But it's crazy how he just lays it out, and that's the perfect exact example.
Yeah.
But all in one little move.
One little movement. And actually he continues on that same thread. In hemmed in situations, in other words, when you're surrounded and you're under the bad situation, you must resort to stratagem. And stratagem doesn't really mean strategy. It means like tricks or deceptions. So you've given up, you've given up your position. The person is dominating you now. And exactly what you're saying is correct. When someone has got you in that position, either in an argument or a plan or a situation that you're in or a relationship, they've got you locked down, stop fighting.
Yep.
It's not going to work. They've got you. If you continue to struggle, you're just going to wear yourself out. You're going to worsen the scenario. Stop. And now you have to start thinking about a trick to get out of there, some kind of a better tactic, some kind of a deception, something to get you out of there. Because going strength to strength isn't going to do it. They're in a superior position.
Sometimes you can tell someone's doing that if you have them in a situation and they start actually using this tactic, little tricks. One that I've been able to recognize is they do like some ad hominem fucking argument. They'll start attacking something else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
But it's all, if you kind of have a handle on the whole situation, it's real obvious.
Yeah. And then he says, in a desperate position, you must fight. Now, the difference here is now there's a submission hold on you.
Yeah, no choice.
You have to fight. You're going to fight or you're going to tap.
Yeah.
So you get that situation where it's gone beyond just they're secure and they've got you in a dominant position, but now they're actually going to kill you.
Right.
You have no choice but to
Like
fight.
the last level of settling.